All right. All right, everyone, come have a seat and let's center ourselves. I think I have to mute everybody too. So come have a seat, sit up tall, close your eyes, and come to your breath. Oh, yeah. Roll your shoulder blades down your back, lift your heart. See if you can allow the thoughts that are just running through your mind that you're conscious of, because they never stop. If you could just kind of give them a look and just let them float away, so that we can be completely here aligned with our bodies and our weights and each other. And start deepening your breath. Set your intention to really listen to your body as we practice this morning. And your intention to be kind to yourself mentally and physically. Make sure your teeth are not occluding. When we don't have weights in our hands, we're going to breathe through our nose if it's possible. So find that beautiful rhythm. Maybe release your hips a little. Notice what you're holding there. Melt the back of your shoulder blades down your back. Lift the crown of your head up toward the heavens, as if you're trying to connect your energy right up to the heavens. And then slowly, slowly open your eyes. Take your arms out to T. And I want you to scoop your palms up so that you can feel the bottom of the shoulder blades hug right into the spine. And then open your heart, find a little opening. And then you're gonna roll your palms down and just roll your shoulders forward. And then inhale up. And then exhale down. Keep your arms parallel to the earth if you can, and back, because they're gonna drift forward. And that's not a bad thing, but you're not gonna get the full efficiency of that move. I want you to inhale through your nose, big and full. Exhale through your nose. Just find that rhythm. Oh yes, just start cooking things up lovingly. Noticing where are our shoulders, because we're going to need those puppies, right? As we always do. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way back. Take your right hand to the floor. Reach over to the right, taking your right forearm toward the earth, forearm. And then come back, taking your left elbow behind you, That's right, and out. Exhale. So your elbow's back, your palm is up, so you can really know where it's going, yeah. Exhale, over to the right, and then inhale to the left. Yeah, good. So you're just adjusting your scapula back and lengthening the left side of your body. Oh, get a little deeper, stay present. Inhale, maybe with a smile. Exhale. Oh, inhale all the way back and release. And just notice your left shoulder. Yeah. Take a big breath and your left hand to the floor, right arm all the way over. Oh, yeah. And then take your right elbow back. And exhale, elbow toward the earth. And inhale. So find the rhythm of your breath here. Notice how you breathe in and out through your nose. And see again, if your teeth are occluded, if your face is smushed up, maybe release the muscles between your eyes. Oh, let's take two more and make it a real yummy experience. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Now, sides of our bodies are long. Circle your arms all the way up. Keep all that length in the sides of your body and twist to your right from the left waist. Take your left hand to your right knee and get a nice twist here, looking over your right shoulder first, so you get a twist. And then you're going to look to your left. Look to your left to get a nice stretch in the right shoulder. I want those shoulders really connected. This is where we're going like this. Oh, yeah. Make sure your spine is nice and long. Then inhale back to center. Exhale to your left. And take your right hand to your left knee. Sit up tall. Twist, looking over your left shoulder first. It's the only way you're going to get deep in that twist. And then look to your right, getting a nice stretch in the left side of your neck. Very nice. And back to center and into table pose, hands and knees. So adjust your hands so that your weight's not in your wrist, your belly's back. I'm going to take some cats and cows. Do you guys remember how to floss your scapula by just softening your heart, keeping the scapula together toward the spine and then rounding it? Yeah, so your arms stay long. So we floss our back. You don't want any stickiness there. We're going to get there with the weights. And then when you get the scapula back together, take another cat and cow. I'm kind of into legs, so, okay. Extend your right leg back behind you, and you're just gonna lift and tap, and squeeze and tap. See if you can keep your right knee aiming toward the earth. Yeah, but you're breathing. Try not to dump your head. Your gaze is going to be slightly forward. Nice. And squeeze. Good. Belly back. My hand is on your belly. And remember, you're smiling. Good. I hope you guys all did okay yesterday with that storm. We lost power last night, and one of our boats got blown off the lift onto the dock. Good. 8, that was exciting. 7, 6, 5, good. 4, 3, 2. Now I want you to keep your right leg lifted and come onto your forearms, and then soften your heart toward the earth so the scapula hugs together, and just take little lifts here, just little glute toning your glutes, the right. 8, 7, 6, good. 5, just little ones, but you're getting the shoulders nice and connected. And then back, and take a little child pose. Just walk your hips back and take a nice little stretch here. Good. Check in with your breath as you come back to table, and step your right foot forward, flexing your front right ankle. Keeping the right outer hip back. Good. You're going to step into your right foot and get into that right hip. And then inhale back. So as you come to the end of the breath, you can hug your back knee and your front heel together, and you'll feel energy coming up the inner thighs and into the pelvic floor. Use all that power. And with every breath, you hug them toward the midline, right? Yeah, notice there's a little silence at the end of every breath. And it's that space. Actually, that's the space we want to come to so we don't react, so that we act instead. Sometimes acting means saying nothing. Okay. Now step into your right foot. Take your hands to the earth, lift your back left knee. And I just want you to lower your left knee toward the earth and extend the left inner thigh long. And then lower and extend. Good. Lower. Extend. Lower. Good. Lower. And 8, 7, 6. Get into that left inner thigh. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh yeah, last one. Lengthen it long. Then walk your hands back. Shorten and widen your stance, lengthening your legs long. So your feet are as wide as railroad tracks. You're pressing your feet down with intention. That means the balls of the big toes and the heels of both feet. You can walk your hands up your thighs, come up nice and tall. Keep your right outer hip back. Take your hands behind your back, lift your heart. And as you come halfway forward, I want you to just experience the halfway. Your belly is lifted, your knees are softish. And then you come a little deeper, getting a nice stretch. Not only in your low back, but the right hip flexor. That muscle. Good. Take another breath, no rush. Oh yeah. And then release your hands. Take your hands to the floor, stepping into your right foot, lift your left leg all the way up. And step your left foot beside your right, forward fold. Oh, notice the difference in the two sides of your body. I love that. Okay. Press your feet down and circle your arms all the way up. Grab your left wrist and lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Grab your right wrist and lift. Oh, to the left. And all the way up to center, open your heart and release. We're going to work on shoulders and delts first. We're going to do a little bit lighter weight. So I'm going to start with 5s. I'm going to soften my knees, grab my weights, bring them to my body, and lift them up. Because even little weights can be a problem, okay? And this is what we're going to do. Shoulder blades down the back, elbows at 90 degrees, hammer, head, grip. And we're going to simply lift. And we're going to bend our knees. So take your bum back, lift your elbows. And you can exhale through your mouth when you have weights in your hands. Light weights, lightish weights, guys. Good. Because it's not going to get, we're going to have them here for a little while. There's a few things I want to do here. Good. So let's warm up those delts. Let's start cooking them up. And while you're at it, you get into the glutes and the core. Good. Exhale. Let's hear it. Yeah, just be here in this moment. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, but we're going to stay here. Just shake it out a little bit because I want to do one more thing here. Again, shins forward, bum back, kind of like Utkatasana. You're going to take your weights so that your elbows are at 90 degrees, but still a hammerhead grip, okay? And you're going to open and close. Open. Light weights, forearms toward each other. Inhale. Get right into our upper back. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 8. We'll be back here. 7. See if you can keep your forearms and your hands reaching back. That will get deeper into the back. 6. Good. 5. 4. 3. Oh my God, did I miss you guys? 2. Okay. Last one. And release. And roll your shoulder blades down your back. All right, we're going to go right into triceps. If you want to take a little bit heavier weight, you can. I'm not gonna. Because what we're going to do is step into your right foot. I'm going to do the sideways. You're going to take your left foot back, and you're going to bend both knees, and then extend the left inner thigh long. So let's get into that rhythm. Exhale. So you're going to feel the right hip, the right butt. But these are the muscles we want to use, like I said before, so that we can get off the floor. We can sit on the floor until we're 100. After that, all bets are off. Okay, guys? Okay, so that's the lower body movement. Upper body's going to tip forward slightly. Shoulder blades down your back, elbows back. And you're going to do kickbacks. Exhale. So I want to get right into the triceps, even though it's a smaller muscle than the bicep, because they're important. Okay. Good. Exhale. Keep your elbows back. The elbows, your upper arms really don't move much. 8, but this should be a nice fire in your right glute. 7, 6, 5, 4. Good. 3. Keep your elbows back. 2, 1. Now, what you're going to do is keep the legs long and just do 8 little ones. 7, 6. Slowly. 5, 4. I know we got an extra one. 2. Last 1. And release. All right. Take some hip circles. Okay. Now, on the way back to the left side, we're going to do a military press. I'm going to take heavier weights here. But until I do that, I'm going to soften my knees, carefully remove the weights I have, and get a little heavier weight. Oh, nice, the way you pick them up. I'm going to pick up my 8s toward my body with my belly back and come all the way up, right? So our stance in the center is bum back, it's a little squat, and forward, and back. Got that? Good. But we're going to do it with a military press. So as we come down, we're going to lift up. Good. Press. And we do it slowly with the breath. Exhale. So that we can really feel how we're feeling in our body. And decide if we don't need enough, if we need less weight or no weight. Or do it the way my Linda's doing it. That's my girl. Which is like, looks like this. That's too much for your shoulders. Yeah, beautiful. You choose the way that feels right. All right. 8, 7, 6, 5. I'm sitting my bum back. 4. No weights works. 3, 2. Last 1. And all the way back. All right, remember, for this next set of triceps, I want you to either lighten your weight or not, or have no weight at all. You'll get into it, okay? But this time you're going to step into your left foot and take your right foot back. Take your weights to your hips and get your adjustment. Now, if this is too much for any reason, for your knees, for your hips, you can keep your legs straight, both legs. You can stay in the lunge, or you can lower your back right knee to the earth. Got it? Find your pose. Tip forward, shoulder blades down your back, elbows back, and reach. And reach. Yeah. So notice how your left glute kind of cooks up pretty quick. And if you have a little bit heavier weight, you get right to that muscle exhaustion pretty quick. But you have to breathe it. Yeah. 8, 7, 6. Keep your elbows back. 5, 4. Belly back. 3, 2. Last 1. Now keep your legs long and just kick it back 8 times. Finally, let iPhone in. I don't know who that is. 7, 4, 3, 2. Last 1, and all the way up. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Then with knees soft, I want you to fold forward And then inhale, use your core to come all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up. Exhale. Get a nice stretch here. Inhale. Now, as you exhale, you're going to release your weights, folding forward. Know where your weights are. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank. And your knees are either up or your knees are down. It does not matter, right? As long as your belly's back and your shoulder blades are hugged together. Now, for the first cobra, I'd like everyone to put their knees to the floor. Pressing your knees down, you're going to roll your thigh bones to the floor, starting to bend your elbows. Good. So now your pelvis is on the floor. Take your hands back and then make your way into your cobra. Notice your breath. Open your heart. Oh, yeah. And right back into down dog. And walk your dog. Now back to the breath through your nose. In through your nose and out. Oh, yeah. Notice how your upper body feels after working it out like that. Yeah. And then back to table pose, hands and knees. You can always come into child or cat and cows. Now extend your left leg back behind you. Left knee toward the earth, and you're going to squeeze and lower. Squeeze. Exhale through your nose if you can. Find your rhythm. And getting back to ourselves. So guys, tomorrow morning I'm teaching a class at 9 o'clock. I'm going to teach the kind of class you like, Marlene. That's going to be yoga tomorrow morning. 8, 7, 6, 5, good. 4, 3, really squeeze that left glute. 1, last one. Now keep your left leg long and come onto your forearms. Shoulder blades hug together, belly's back, and your left knee is aiming to the floor. And then you're going to just go little squeezes. Little squeezes. Yeah, so you feel nice. Fire in the left glute. Belly. Oh, yeah. 8, 7. We get our glutes in a lot of ways. 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and back to table. Let's take a few hip circles here. Oh yeah, and a big inhale. Yeah. And then a hip circle the other way. And back to center. I want you to extend your left leg in front of you, flexing the front left ankle, and getting a nice stretch in the back of the left leg. Yeah, you can always take your hands to blocks here. That's a really good thing. Then you're going to take your left outer hip back, getting a nice stretch in the whole left side of your leg, back of your left leg, that is. And then step into your left foot. And remember, at the end of the exhale, you can hug the front foot and the back knee to the midline or toward each other. And you get that little extra muscular energy there. And then you also experience that quiet between the breaths. Good. Let's just take 2 more here. Really big and deep. Just notice, okay, guys? Be here now. Just be present. Last one. Oh, yeah. Now step into your left foot. You can take your hands to blocks or to the floor, and you're going to make your way into that lunge, this time with your right leg back, right? And then you're going to lower your right knee to the earth and extend the right inner thigh long and lower. So that right adductor, that right inner thigh, you want to really fire it up. So when you have it in your mind and you know which muscle you're doing, that's where the prana goes. That's why I want you to always identify, what am I doing this for, right? Good, exhale. 8. Try not to dump your head, guys. 7. 6. Good, 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Then you're going to shorten and widen your stance. So your right foot's out towards the right, your legs are long. Okay? Press your feet down and lift the belly. And then the more you press your feet down, the easier it is, like you're pressing the earth away from you, and come all the way up. Left hip back. Take your hands behind your back. Lift your heart. Start to dip forward, keeping the left hip back, belly back. And find a nice stretch here. Oh, yeah. It won't be as delicious as on this side because we've already done it, but just notice the left hip flexor. Notice how you tip the top of the pelvis toward the thigh bone. Good. Take a breath. Release your hands to the earth. Step your right foot beside your left, forward fold. Nice forward fold. Press your feet down. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. And bring your palms together to your heart center. And release. Back to the center. So this is where we started with the lighter weights. Okay, I'm going to stay with the lighter weights. For me, that means 5s. For you, it might mean no weight at all. You don't need any weight here at all. That's so beautiful about this. Okay, this whole practice, actually. Okay, so now let's play with our feet. I want you to take your feet wide, toes out, and just come into a nice goddess. So make sure your thigh bones are reaching back behind you, because there's a tendency to do your knees forward. Oh my goodness, no way. I hope that feels really lousy, but it's not right. Got that? Now you can stay in the regular stance with our feet hip width apart too, right? Elbows at 90 degrees. Ready? And lift. And lift. Exhale. So when you're not exhaling through your mouth, you're inhaling through your nose. Squeeze the glutes. Engage the belly without doing anything dumb for your back, right? Okay. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you think you're done, right, guys? Not done here. Okay. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Now, again, you keep your feet hip width apart, or where we're at now, because we're going to do that last set in the center. Remember this one, guys? And you're going to squeeze and open. So now you're going to really reach low with the hips, squeeze the forearms, and then open as you lengthen your legs. Exhale. Yeah, exhale. Keep your knees reaching back behind you. And 8, 7, no weight is good too. Remember, you can just drop your weights. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Holy mackerel, Batman. Are you guys feeling the love? All right. Keep your feet hip width apart before we get into triceps. I want you to lift the left weight up as you reach and squeeze the whole right side of your body. And then inhale back to center. And we're going to do the opposite side. So I want you to really feel that lengthening in the sides of your body. We're undoing, we try to undo what gravity likes to do, squeeze us. So we're 6 inches tall, right, guys? We're not doing that. Yeah. Make sure it's edgy. In other words, you go as far as you can and you can't go any further. That's the edge. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, good, 2. Oh yeah, last one. Shoulder blades down your back. All right, back to triceps. So step into your right foot and either keep your feet hip width apart, parallel, or take your left foot back and find that bend. So just see where you want to go. Okay. Yeah, got that? Okay, shoulder blades down your back. I want you to even roll your outer arm bones back so your inner elbows are forward. And then you come a little bit forward and kick back, but the elbows stay back, but you adjusted the shoulders so that they're nice and safe, right? So ready? And exhale. So get all the parts moving. You have to be here because if you go somewhere else in your head, you know, something's not going to go right. So stay here with me. All right, 8, 7, 6, 5. Right into that right glute. 4, 3. Keep your elbows high and back. 2, 1. Now just kind of pulse them back. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. And all the way up. And back to center. And just kind of shake it out. All right, this time I want you to take your hands to your hips and just kind of take some hip circles. One way. Yeah. All right, so we're going to do an extra triceps. Tricep. In the meantime, we're going to do our last military press. Okay, so remember, military press either looks like this or, depending on your shoulders, like this. Okay, so this one you can use a little heavier weights. I'm going to carefully, mindfully get a little heavier weight for this one. Okay, adjust your feet. Now, if you want to go back to that goddess, I like the goddess here. Making sure your thigh bones are back. What the heck, right? You know what's even fun? Press your feet down and imagine they're stuck and you're pushing them away from each other. Ooh, you get a little bit more in your glutes. Yeah. What the heck? Let's do that too, okay? All right, you ready to find what you're gonna do? And press. So I'm pressing my feet away from each other as I exhale. I'm getting into my shoulders. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. All the way back. All right, shake it up. Back to light weights, guys. Because we're going to do our last chest here. I'm just going to soften my knees. Remember this chest one, guys? And squeeze. I'm going to do 8 more of these. Squeeze. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Your elbows hugging together. 3, 2. Good. Last one. Now take your forearms back, your palms back, and release. Okay. Now this is the last standing, like this. This time you're going to step into your left foot and take your right foot back. So get your footing and decide how you want to do this. Because now we're going to start with our biceps. Okay? How much weight do you want to use for a bicep? Got it? Okay. Now shoulder blades down your back, palms forward. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a heavier weight here too, because we are done with that other stuff. All right, you got your footing. This is for the left glute. Palms forward, shoulder blades down your back. And as you lower your body, you lift the weights. Exhale. Exhale. Good. Exhale. Slow. 8. So you can really focus on not only your biceps, but your right glute, your left glute. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Now keep your back leg straight, halfway down, spine long, and lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's squeeze and release. Soften your knees, release your weights. And now just want you to roll your hips. Now we're going to get into some real yoga. All right. Now Utkatasana, Fierce Warrior. Shins forward, bum back, like you're sitting back on a chair. Nobody really loves this pose. It doesn't matter. But you want to take your palms up behind you. Come onto the tiptoes of your right foot. I want you to really get into the right shin. And find the rhythm of your breath. Yeah. Nice. All right, change sides on the tiptoes of your left foot. Good. Hips back. Now take a little walk. Take a little walk. Yeah. Walk her. Yeah. And then come all the way up. All right, back to Utkatasana. This time you're going to twist to your right, take your left hip back, and find your twist, whatever that looks like. Good. Inhale back to center. And over to your left, keeping the right hip back. Just notice how your spine's doing. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Oh yeah. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to plank, and you can come right to dog. If you want to take a half vinyasa, feel free to do it. Make sure the shoulder blades are down your back and you're nicely aligned. And then into down dog. And walk that dog, right? Good. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Keep the shoulder blades hugged together. You can even come onto the tiptoes of your left foot. Oh yeah. And let's take a few stretches here. Take your right knee towards your nose and just squeeze the core. And then inhale back. 2 more times, just give a nice squeeze. Inhale. Last one. Just to remind your core where she's supposed to be, right? And then step your right foot forward. Press your feet down, preparing for warrior one. Circle your arms all the way up. And let's just get into our warrior one. Outer arm bones back. So your outer arm bones can be back with your elbows bent or your arms straight. Doesn't matter. Let's get into a nice stretch in the hips, using all those muscles we cooked up in our upper body. Get into your breath. And then right into warrior two on the right. Got it? Good. Now I want you to straighten your legs, straighten your arms, lift tall, and exhale. Keeping the right thigh bone reaching back. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. A little deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Take your right forearm to your right thigh. Press your forearm down to lift the right waist up and roll your right waist forward. And stay low. You can extend your left arm if you like. Just get into the hips, nice stretch in the hips. Big breath. Good. Then take your left hand to the floor, make your way through a lunge, and lower your back left knee. Okay? Now we're going to do a bicep muscle, bicep. You're going to take your right elbow inside your right thigh, and you might take your heaviest weight here because you're really supported. So I'm going to take my heaviest weight, take my right elbow inside the right thigh, and then extend and squeeze. Good. So as I inhale, I'm releasing, but as I exhale, I'm squeezing not only that bicep, but my belly. Because it's like, it's a nice twofer. Keep a little engagement in your belly always. Yeah. So this is not the first bicep, so you might get burned out quite quick. So take a lighter weight, drop your weight, no weight at all, right? Okay, 8, 7, 6, slow, 5, 4. Make sure your knees, your elbows inside your knee. 3, 2. Last 1, but we're not done. We're going to just do 8.5. So you don't want it, it's not a very far distance. The elbows goes from 90 degrees to about 30 degrees, right? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and squeeze, release. And then I want you to come to sitting. So if you have a block and you want to put a block under your bum, that's great. Or you can sit all the way back onto your heels, sitting up tall. Close your eyes and just come to your breath. See if you can just feel the sensations in your body. Notice how long your spine might be. Just be here now. Take one more big breath. And then back to table pose, hands and knees. Let's take some hip circles. Or you can take some cats and cows. Or some shoulder flossing, just to remind the shoulders where they should be. We get stickiness behind those scapulas. We literally get sticky there. And when you floss them like this, it gets that sticky out. All right, back to down dog, guys. Oh, yeah. And walk your dog. Yeah, good. Oh, so good. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. Come onto the tiptoes of the right. And we're going to take a couple squeezers. Inhale, belly squeezes. Exhale. Good, just a few. Because everything we do engages the core. But I just want to remind it where it should be. And then you're going to step your left foot forward, preparing for warrior 1. You can take your hands to the top of your left thigh to come up, and then find your warrior 1. So you know where your shoulders are happiest. And I want you to find your shoulders happy place. So if your elbows are at 90 degrees, take your forearms and your palms back. If you want to take your arms up, that's okay too. Just find your warrior 1. Can you smile there? Yeah. Nice stretch in the back, right inner thigh, and hips. Oh yeah. And right into warrior two. You don't have to move. You should just keep the left thigh bone back, right? Good. Now lift arms up and exhale, palms down. Take your palms up as if you're lifting something heavy. And then palms down, squeeze it down. Inhale, palms up. Exhale, palms down. 2 more times. Inhale. And then exhale. Take your left forearm to your left thigh. Press your forearm down to lift the left waist and roll it forward. Stay low. Yeah. And you can take your right arm wherever it feels good, but keep the left waist lifted. Yeah. Full breath here. And gaze down. Take your hands to the floor. Make your way through a lunge and lower your back right knee. You can even take some hip circles here. But we're going to come into bicep on the left. Pretty intense bicep. So again, I'm going to take my heaviest weight for this bicep. That's why I wanted to do biceps at this point, because we have the support. Your left elbow is inside the left thigh muscle, not on top of the left thigh bone, and your belly is pretty engaged. You're going to open it and squeeze. Inhale and exhale. Good. So the weight's in your hand. I want to hear a nice long inhale through your nose, a nice long exhale through your mouth. No rush. Know where we gotta go. Right? We're just going to be here. Can you smile too? Good. Let's take a few more and then we'll count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, slower, 3, yeah, 2, oh, this is just a different version of going too fast. You know, we go slow. All right, now we're going to go halfway. Remember the halfways. Little pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's squeeze and release your weights. And we are done with the weights. So come into a child pose, or you can sit back on your heels just like we did before. You choose. All right, so I'm coming into child pose. If you guys are in child pose, I want you to keep your knees wide and your big toes together. And then you're going to walk your hands over to your left. Dips arbitrary. I'm just starting on my left, all the way over to the left. And you're going to stack your right hand on top of your left hand. And you're going to press your palms down and isometrically press them forward, keeping your right outer hip back, getting lots of length in the right side of your body. And you're going to breathe nice and calm and deeply into that space. Good. And now we're going to walk the other side. Take your hands for a walk to the right. Take your left hand on top of your right, so I'm stacking my hands. And the left outer hip draws back as I get a nice stretch here. Good. And back to center, to table. I want you to step your right foot forward so that your right knee is at 90 degrees. And I just want you to tip your right thigh bone out to the right. Maybe you'll soften your chest. Maybe you'll soften your elbows. Maybe you'll take your forearms toward the floor. It's a pretty deep stretch. And everybody's going to do it different. So close your eyes and let your breath lead the way into your pose. Yeah. And back to center. Come through table. Some hip circles. Now you're going to step your left foot forward. Make sure your knees at 90 degrees. Okay. And then you're going to tip your thigh bone out to the left, like you're tipping a dresser over a piece of furniture. Close your eyes and notice how your two hips are different. So you soften your heart. Maybe you'll soften your elbows. Maybe you'll come onto your forearms. Just find that space. Make your way back to center. I want you to lift your back right knee and pivot your feet parallel. And just one more thing standing. Inhale, come halfway up. Good. And then come all the way up. Take your arms out to T, shoulder blades down your back. Your feet are parallel now. Your outer edges of your feet are parallel. The outer edges of your feet are grounded as much as the inner edge. Okay? All four corners, nice grounded feet. There's a little softness in your knees. Yeah. Arms to T. Now I'm going to take my right arm under my left and either give myself a hug if my shoulders feel that that's more appropriate, or I'm going to come into eagle arms, giving a nice stretch in my shoulders. Both options are good. Okay? Now your feet are stuck to the earth, your knees are soft. Now imagine you're pulling your feet together, but they're stuck. Lifting the pelvic floor, keeping that, come halfway forward. Lift your elbows away from you wherever they're at. And a huge stretch here, and then come all the way, whatever your stretch looks like, keeping your feet hugging toward each other. So you can't really tell from the outside, but from the inside, you're working hard. Take another breath. Now come halfway up. Woo, you gotta use your core. Soft knees, and come all the way up and release. Yeah, you guys feel that? Thumbs up. All right, so I'm gonna do the other side. Arms to T. So everybody's two shoulders are different, you'll see. Left arm under, either you give yourself a hug if that's more appropriate for your shoulders, or you can come into eagle. Soft knees. This time, I want you to widen the mat with your feet. Yeah. You feel that? Right in your outer hips, your medius. Still lift your pelvic floor. And then you're going to come halfway. Keep the feet widening, your soft knees. Your glutes are toned. Now maybe make your way into your deepest pose, lifting the elbows. And a big full breath here. Get a nice stretch in your back and your shoulders. Then come halfway up, pressing your feet wide. Notice how when you press your feet wide, you have so much more muscular energy to come halfway up. And then keeping that energy in your feet, come all the way up. And release. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, lift your heart. Soften your forward. Now this time, see if you can keep your feet grounded and neutral. And just kind of nice stretch here. Just a forward folded stretch. Oh my goodness, I see there's a fly back here that looks like he committed suicide here. All right. Okay, release your hands to the floor. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Walk your feet to the front of your mat. Step your right foot wide of your left. Make your way into your version of a yoga squat, whatever that looks like. You might have your elbows, forearms on your thighs, or you might be closer to the earth, doesn't matter, but I want your heels down wherever you're at. Yeah. And just take a breath here, and smile, and be amazed at yourself. How fabulous and strong. Don't be afraid of your power, ladies. And come to seated. Oh, that sounds so 80s, doesn't it? All right, let's extend our legs nice and long. Roll your inner thighs toward the earth. Let's just step nice and tall. Take your right knee in towards your chest. Roll your right ankle. Then you're going to step your right foot high up into your left thigh. I like to even walk my left outer hip back. Now, if your right knee is higher, your right hip, thigh bone is higher off the floor, I want you to take a block under the right thigh. Please support yourself. Then circle your arms up and start to dip forward. Now, make sure your thigh bones are grounded. Close your eyes and don't worry where your hands go. It doesn't matter. Just find your stretch. Thigh bones grounded and the left heel is grounded. Good, take a breath or two. Press your thigh bones down to come all the way up and shake it out. Oh man, a lot of work today. Okay, take your left knee towards your chest. Roll your left ankle. Give it a roll, give it a roll. Rock it and roll it. Step your left foot high up into your right. You know the deal, the thigh bone deal. I'm going to get a block here so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, I've had these so long that when my little boy was little, I still have his teeth marks in here. Okay, take your, like that. Take your left thigh bone to a block for support if your hip is tight. Okay, then circle your arms up. We always take a moment just to connect ourselves. I like to even roll my inner thighs and then find your fold here, closing your eyes, keeping the thigh bones grounded towards the earth and a little pulse in your breath. As you inhale, you come out of it. And as you exhale, you maybe come a little deeper into it, like a little seaweed, just deep into the ocean, just moving. Pulsing, pulsing. Press your thigh bone down, come all the way up. And draw both your knees to your chest. And roll. I want you to round your back. We'll do more core tomorrow, guys. Round your back, coming all the way to the earth. Draw your knees to your chest. Take some knee circles, hip circles. This is really good to release your pelvis. Oh, yeah. Take your left foot to the floor as you cross your right ankle over the left. Good. Keep the right hip open. And take your left knee towards your chest and either grab the back of the left thigh or your left shin, whatever feels a little more deeper. Take a breath. We're almost done. I know. I just want to get into this. Make sure our hips and our shoulders are nice and released. Good. Now, this is cool. You're going to take your arms to T, and you're going to twist to your left so that your right foot comes to the earth. Roll your rib cage to the right. Get a nice twist here. Reaching your right hip away from you. Close your eyes. And just listen to the quiet of your breath. Om Namah Shivaya. And inhale back to center and release. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh, opening up the left hip. Good. Take your right knee towards you, grabbing the back of the right thigh or the right shin. Oh yeah. I like to play with my ankles, but mostly with my breath. Make sure the top of your pelvis is tipped back. You'll feel a little flatness towards the earth in your low back. That's going to engage your core and give you a nice support. Take a breath. Open your arms to T, and now you're going to twist to your right. It might be counterintuitive. Just know which way is your right, and your left foot's going to just land. Roll your shoulder girdle, your ribs to the left. Get a nice deep twist here, reaching the left hip away from you. Take a big breath in through your nose, out through your nose. I want you to tip your chin towards your chest and a nice stretch of your thoracic spine. Your cervical spine. And then make your way back to center. Take your feet to the earth. Arms, palms up beside you. I like to walk my shoulder blades together. Inhale through your nose. Exhale now through your mouth, like it's your last breath before your corpse, and right into Shavasana. Allowing your body this minute or two just to release. Make sure your chin is not tipped up, more down than up. And take rest. Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest and roll to your right side. Just be there for a moment. And then make your way to a seat on your mat. And bring your palms together to your heart center with your eyes closed. There is a peaceful place deep within us. We come to that place to really center ourselves, to know that we can always come back here. The light of the honor is that light in you. Namaste. All right, guys, I'm going to just turn off the recording.